Let's get down to business.
We call this meeting to order. It's Vossy and Brandy's board meeting.
What is the question?
Well, the
that
question
has
is,
been
I
thrown?
suppose in a nutshell, it's who is the NRL Coach of the
Who's
Year?
the Coach of the Year?
But it has strands to it. Present the argument also, or why aren't they the Coach of the Year? And then, is the Dally M's the right time to it? When should we be assessing our Coach of the Year, Brandy? Your thoughts?
Let me just give you some stats around the Coach of the Year. So last year, Craig Bellamy won the Coach of the Year. Melbourne were the minor premiers.
Right.
But Panthers won the comp.
Yes.
The year before that, it was Andrew Webster. So 2023, Andrew Webster, who got the Warriors from 2022, where they finished 15th, into the top 4.
Right.
The Panthers won the minor premiership and the comp that year. In 2022, Todd Payton won Coach of the Year. The year before that, the Cowboys finished 15th.
Has Todd finished his speech yet from 2022?
Yes.
just checking. Anyway, just continue. Continue.
They finished 15th the year before. He got them to third position. That year, the Panthers won the comp and won the minor premiership. In 2021, Craig Bellamy won Coach of the Year. The Melbourne Storm won the minor premiership, but they finished equal with Panthers on 44 points and won the minor premiership on for and against. Panthers won the comp that year. In 2020, Ivan Cleary won Coach of the Year. And Penrith weren't the minor premiers. Yes, they were the minor premiers.
They were the minor premiers.
They were minor
didn't win the
premiers,
comp.
won 17 games in a row to get there. So they are your winners. The year before that, in 2019, Craig Bellamy won the Coach of the Year. So 3 out of the last 6 years, Craig Bellamy, Webster, Payton and Cleary have split those.
But Cleary winning 4 premierships has not been the Coach of the Year in any of those 4 years. The incredible feat. Like, it's holy grail stuff.
And 2 of those
and he
years.
hasn't won Coach of the Year.
Both those years, the 22 and 23, where Webster and Payton got their teams from the bottom to the top, or near the top, Penrith were the minor premiers both those years.
Right, have your say. 1300 01 1170. The Breakfast Show boardroom is now open, and Rob has taken a seat at the table from Gaimea Bay. Thank you for coming in all that way, Rob. Good morning, fellow board member.
Good morning, board members. Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you.
I look forward. I'm presenting a case on behalf of a coach for a team I do not follow, so I'll state that from the outset. My belief is that there's 3 criteria for the Coach of the Year: the quality of the cattle that they possess, the number of state of origin players they have that can improve their squad during the year, and the expectation level that the public and media place on them at the beginning of the year. And based on that, I believe they should announce it after the grand final, but that's not the case now. I believe the clear winner should be Craig Fitzgibbon from the Sharks.
Okay.
Okay, Fitzy. I'll just say something on that. I didn't give the Sharks I didn't give them a hope of winning the premiership until round 27.
Old Tinker's Castle has got to run there. There's an old one.
So I agree with what Rob's saying. There's some very good points there, but their best footy has come in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Dogs, Roosters, Raiders.
Is board member Rob, I just want to challenge board member Rob. If Cronulla lose this weekend, though, is he still the Coach of the Year? Like, it's almost like mission not accomplished. Does Craig Fitzgibbon get Coach of the Year by not? Does he have to make the grand final for you to back up your argument all the way, Rob?
No, I don't think so, because I think his main rival for the honour or the award would be Ricky Stuart, and they went out in straight sets. So I think, given the current setup that they announced the Coach of the Year prior to the grand final, I think Craig Fitzgibbon has done more with the cattle at hand than anyone else.
Okay.
I believe case closed.
Okay, case closed.
I love it.
Well,
That's
case
strong,
closed.
Rob. I'm sort of starting to, I'm tumbling into what Rob's saying.
Yeah. But no Origin
just
players. With a full strength Cronulla side with no Origin players, they lost to the Roosters in Gosford. That was one of the low points of the season for Cronulla, wasn't it? Considered 40.
Yes, they had a really tough period there where I think they won 1 of 7 through that period where the Warriors cleaned them up at home.
Yeah,
and they no Origin players, but they did bring in a marquee player this year in Adam Fanua Blake. Like they recruited well.
Yes.
They brought in a front row that
That's right. They have
carried them forward.
They have a fair contingent of players who are eligible for New Zealand and others, when you're talking about players that they have, and not just New Zealand, when you're talking about Fanua Blake and Britton Nickera and Kaeliro and those.
Yep.
So there are a few there. In the boardroom, this one, don't call players cattle. Steve, he just wants to put that out there, don't So he say, board member Steve has objected to the expression. Please note that in the minutes, Brandy.
That's fair enough.
That the expression cattle.
That will carry.
You're
yes,
carrying that motion.
I'm carrying that motion.
So no cattle to be
cattle.
mentioned.
We don't.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't call them kids anymore either. Kids.
Board member Craig says, so Coach of the Year is the most improved team of the year. Craig, that's right. That is a strong part of the criteria, isn't it? If you've taken team from outside finals to
two of the last three have been improving teams. So it's been Andrew Webster with the Warriors, and it's been Todd Payton with the Cowboys. Got them to the top four, but didn't get them to a grand final. Like fell short.
Yeah. So improvement greater than overall ladder success.
So if the Sharks go on to win the comp, like you're not voting prior to when the votes put in. It's after the Tuesday morning after the final round.
Is it?
Yeah,
right.
like it's,
okay.
or it's early in that week where you put your votes in.
Yep.
So the votes coming in after that, Penrith finished 7th and lost 3 of their last 4. 2 in Golden Point, but 3 of their last 4 losses. So you're thinking, well, unless they win the comp, how do you give it to? How do you vote for Ivan?
Yep.
If that is the case, that's why it makes no sense giving the Coach of the Year award following 27 rounds because you haven't really accomplished anything.
It is different from player. The coach's job is the overall season. Whereas a player, we do have a body of work to vote off through 27 rounds. But the coach has a job.
To
and
win
the
comp.
job goes 30 weeks.
But the job is
rounds.
to win the comp.
Yeah, so the Coach of the Year, I'm winning around on the Fitzgibbon argument. There's no way I could have Craig Fitzgibbon as Coach of the Year if they lost this weekend.
But he would be if they won the comp.
The record book should reflect.
Absolutely.
Coach of the Year that year, Cronulla.
That is right. That's exactly... That you sort of we're defeating our own argument, but
yes.
And
Reptile's not happy. He says Craig Fitzgibbon Coach of the Year. Can we have he wants to move a motion? Can we have mandatory drug testing on all board members? The Reptile that motion has not been passed.
So following like the end of the 27 rounds, Ricky Stuart got the Raiders from where did they finish last year? 9th,
outside the 8th, outside the 8th. But came home with a wet sail. Remember last year, what they won their last 3 to springboard into this season. The Raiders, they got it together late.
Yeah, Juan the Eagle says Coach of the Year for me. As much as I cannot stand his whinging, has to be Sticky. All the experts pretty much had the Raiders to finish last, whilst the other teams, everyone had them in the top 8, along with the youngest spine.
Juan the
Eagle.
See, I will put my cards on the table. I actually. And I don't want to be a hypocrite because I'm saying I think we should wait to the grand final. But I think Ricky Stuart is the Coach of the Year because of my own expectation. I was one of those ones that had him in the bottom 4. And they were great from round 1. They were great from Vegas. I keep going back to that. No. Like, they weren't just good. They weren't just winning games. They were great to watch.
Yep.
Their brand of football, Weeks, Strange, Savage. It was fantastic to watch what they did.
Yep. So, but
that doesn't happen by accident.
No, it doesn't. But then again, the argument, and then, okay, so if someone else wins, whoever wins the comp, how do you have Ricky in front of them? Like even though
I probably can't now that they got knocked out of straight games.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yes.
Like someone will win the comp from the 4 sides left. How could you not say Michael Maguire was the Coach of the Year?
Yeah.
They wanted him rissoled.
Yeah.
Like half of Brisbane wanted him gone at some stage this season. If Brisbane go on to win the comp, how could you not say that Michael Maguire is not the Coach of the Year? You can't.
Yeah. This one, as of DY, awards are given before the grand final is played, so that criteria doesn't count. So as is just stuffing it out, just saying, well, look, this is the rule, so what are we talking about? No, we do have to apply 27 rounds, and that's it.
Yeah.
So who's the coach after 27 rounds?
So it only looks like it's a poor decision. post grand final.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Post grand final, you go, well, that
That's right.
doesn't sit right.
If we ever had the Dally M's before the first week of the finals, we just went end of the season, straight into Dally M's, boom, then we go. More board members at the table, straight out of the news. We are determining who is Coach of the Year. At the moment, we're undecided, but we've still got more time in the boardroom here on SEN.